come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I fell asleep with a broken heart.
The mic's up. The mic's up. Who said the mic was up? What's going on, guys? It's the Recovery Room. I am T-Bone, and
I'm Christy.
I,
Hello, hello.
Our third partner in crime is resting up today, and he'll be sorely missed for sure. But you guys put out some good thoughts and some good vibrations for good old Sean, so he has a better night than he had a day.
Welcome to the Recovery Room.
Welcome to the Recovery Room. We talk about, you know, we started out talking about opioid addiction. It was the centerpiece of what the Recovery Room was initiated about. And over the course of time, we have expanded it because, you know, people are addicted to a lot of things, you know. And what we're finding right now in this age of the Recovery Room is that people are addicted to hate.
It's sad.
Because that is the only thing that makes someone shoot someone, or make someone put their foot on somebody's neck, or make, you know, whatever angry thing. Some guy abuse his woman. I mean, I know it. I know about it all. I was a very angry person at one time in my life, and I gotta tell you that it is just so much more rewarding, so much easier to not be angry, to not hold any regrets, to, you know, any of that stuff. It is a much simpler lifestyle, and that's what you know, every time we do this show, there's one purpose behind it, and that is to find just somebody out there who's going through something that if they would just hear the right words at the right time from the right person, that it could move them on to their next level. You know what I mean? Whatever that is, because everybody deserves that. I mean, everybody deserves to get out of the muck. You know what I mean? Get out of whatever swamp that you found yourself in, surrounded by alligators. You know?
I'm out of it.
Yeah.
I'm out of it.
Yeah, and we got some really cool stuff coming up. Doc, I think Doc's supposed to be here tonight. Dr. Hal, he's supposed to be here. He had some late patients, so he'll probably get here late. But you know, there's hope, guys. There's options, and we're going to be putting together some things that we're going to hopefully help a lot of you guys that are just like new in your recovery and just looking for answers and resources and so forth. We now have ways to post stuff where, you know, we can post all the NA and AA meetings and whatever else. I'm fortunate enough. Somebody that I play tennis with has a organization that is hiring probably about 60 people here in the area, and they gave me the information and told me to be sure to tell you guys. And so I'm gonna get this information to you. When you get it, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else that's looking for a job, because I think they're hiring almost immediately.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, these are the kind of things that are happening. I mean, I think that we've been doing this long enough that people understand that we're serious. Hold on, let me take this call, because this is somebody who's been trying to call me, and I'm not quite sure if they're hurting or not. So give me a minute. Hey, Billy.
Judy says, I feel surrounded by
Billy.
these alligators and I'm stuck wearing alpha
Hello?
underwear. I
Can
feel
you-
you.
Very hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, you are too. Huh?
What? I don't understand your phone.
I don't understand my phone either. I'm sitting here and a notification comes up that it's ringing, and I hit that notification, and normally it brings me to that call, but with your calls it doesn't work, and then you have your stuff on no call ID, so I can't call you back. So it's been like a tag thing, but I'm actually, and you're actually on the air with us right now. I do a show called The Recovery Room. I don't know if you know that already.
Yeah, but I should call you when you're not on the air. When is that a good time? When are you not on?
Probably around 8.
I've heard of your show before, and I've actually probably talked to you before.
Yeah. I was thinking now. Are you Addie Paul's son or nephew or something? Or no relationship.
What musical scene do you know the best out of the different ones? Whether it's
You're trying to be on the air with us.
Yeah. This is somebody that's called before about recovering. So I mean, he's been trying to reach me. So yes, I'm going to talk to him right now. Let's talk around here. But are you talking about like areas like Sarasota or Nashville or?
well, yeah. I mean, which areas are you mostly familiar with?
The Tampa Bay area.
And St. Pete, obviously.
Yes.
Clearwater.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk this evening.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Sorry, guys. Don't want to miss the opportunity to reach out to someone who's hurt. He may have just decided to come around and say, "Yeah, that's where I know you from." I actually thought he was somebody else. I have a good friend, Addie Paul. Well, anyway, so thought they were related. And this is what we do, right? If somebody reaches out to you, you do your best to help them. I mean, is that the agreement that we have amongst ourselves here at the Recovery Room and the Recovery Room family? You know, I mean, is that the reason that we do this?
Judy says, Christy, you look and seem incredibly clear and gorgeous. So proud of you and happy for you. Thank you, Judy.
Yeah, you should be me.
Life's kind of different.
It may be the lighting. I just suggested the lighting.
No, it's all new, and I'm starting a new group. I've been stepping down over the last months of everything, and I'll work on that story here coming up. But it's now been together about a week of organ purging, of just cleansing and clean and sober.
Put
pretty
those two
cool.
words together. In one sentence.
Haven't been able to claim that in a long time.
And a lot of you guys out there, this is the group that she's starting. She's starting a group of those guys, used guys that are freshly in your recovery. You're slipping, you fall and bump your head, and you got to start over. And so you get the one thing that's killing you under control, but then you do something else to try to compensate for that thing. I don't mean to try to steal her thunder. This is her thing, and I'll let her explain it when she's ready to do that. But I think it's going to be a very interesting group of you individuals out there that are having difficulties just because you can't find out where you fit in. And if you're doing one thing and somebody says you can't do that and it pushes you back to doing the other thing, we don't want any of that. We want to create an environment where we got a safe, soft place to recover, basically.
Get you to the point where you can finally make the choice to do it, because until you make that honest, true choice, it's not going to happen.
I mean, and it's really cool because in watching what she's going through, I mean, there's wheatgrass in this scenario these days. There's smoothies and things there's health. And, when you get to that point where you start wanting where health is just almost just like the natural result, that's when it gets really good, guys. And so what we're trying to do with this new group, we're trying to get everybody help to get through that first year, because that's the toughest year.
I'm working on the first week.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And you know, you want to go do it as a group, man. It's easy to do things as a group with numbers and stuff. And so I think it's going to be very cool. You guys stick here. She's doing some plotting and some planning right now. I'm dealing with my 9%ers. You know my 9%ers. The 9%ers are those people who have made it through recovery for a year or more. And that's 91% of the people don't do that. So that's why you guys are my 9%ers. I'm looking for a group of 9%. I'm looking for those people who have made it a year or more, and I want you guys to reach out on if you're not a member of the recovery room quite yet. Just go to your search bar and type in the recovery room, and the guy will come up that's on our opening thing in the recovery room, and click to join it. And on there we post a lot of things, and you know, we'll be able to meet and greet and do some things offline. So looking forward to that. The family's growing, and we want to nurture it. You know, it's plain and simple as that. It's growing. Is your screen frozen?
Yes, dear.
Your screen frozen?
Yes,
Is
dear.
your screen frozen?
Not yet.
Not yet. Let me see if my screen is frozen. Your screen froze.
That would be wonderful, Don.
Well, here's our first one.
All right.
What's that? Oh, quotes.
Yes.
Hey. Mistakes have the power to turn you into something better than you were before. Let's hope. I mean, and that's the real hope, right? Because that's what this is all about. We're going to make a whole bunch of mistakes. A lot of stuff is going to happen. And during the course of this thing, again, part of what she's talking about, giving you a glimpse into 2 or 3 years of trying to get this thing right, you know? And so, yeah, your mistakes are the things that build character. Unless you keep making them over and over again, then you're just crazy.
Then you just made a decision.
Yeah,
That's
you
not a
just
mistake.
made-
That's a
yeah.
decision.
Yeah, you just made a decision to just keep dumping your head against the wall. You know. Let's see. I'm playing. I'm live. That's you, ain't it?
Allegedly.
So okay, yeah. Just in case you want it. Hey, listen, you don't even have that happening. You got it going on. Girl. I'm tell you what. So anyway, so much going on in the world today, and you know, had no idea that when we started this thing that we would be talking about issues like Corona, the pandemic, or in this real brand new social experiment, this whole social change, this social, everything about redevelopment, reform, social reform that we're going through, that unfortunately during in the year 2020 it should not have taken this long. I mean, and as I said in the book of T-Bone, verse 24, chapter 3, all my white people, you know, you guys stay exactly as you are. I don't want you guys thinking that, oh my God, is there something that I need to change? No. So, but there are some people who do need to make some changes, and so you guys, you know who you are. But you know, who would ever thought that we would be in this particular space in life where you had where what we were dealing with already was really quite enough. We got a signal problem here, Don. I don't know what it is. Hi, can you? There it is. Oh, kinda. It ain't back yet, but
It's back. Sorry.
okay.
I'm a little sideways.
Yeah, like a little psychedelic. Yeah, but you know, and because what we were dealing with already, when we had 170 people overdosing and dying per day, I mean, that was really quite enough for me. You know, that was enough to deal with, and that's why we took this mantle on to come on and say, you know, let's make a change. Let's get together. Let's stop working as silos out here in the world, and let's get together and speak out. And I mean, it was the same thing. You know, they always talking about silence is violence, and you know, there's no option sign. We said that all the time. There's a whole bunch of things you can do, but being silent is not one of them, because you know this epidemic is still here. I mean, people are still dying and overdosing, but you're not hearing about it because it's low down on the totem pole in the news. And so here we are to keep this thing up front and personal and prevalent. And you know, I'm really happy, guys, because we're averaging like 180 or so views
There's
a day.
a whole lot more than that if you look on everybody's different pages.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people viewing this thing, and so it's important that we're here and that we get the information. Important that you guys share on the page so that people can see, your thoughts, and you can maybe get some answers to some questions. I mean, again, it's evolving into what it's supposed to be, and I'm really happy.
I would
to
assume
see
your
it.
rates right now are probably higher.
Yeah.
Right now,
Yeah.
and you're not hearing about them.
No. I mean, you don't hear anything about was it Narcan? Was it? You know, you don't hear anything about distributed in it, because you see, they always say that an addict alone is in bad company, right? And more overdoses happen because somebody decided that they needed to get high by themselves. You know, and there's nobody there to even call to get some assistance.
Or the ones even that use with friends are found by themselves anyways.
That's another story, yeah. So it's a tough thing, man. I mean, it's really tough, and so we're only here to want to be like a beacon of hope, to encourage you to start your journey, to start it today, to say today, listen, you know what? I'm just not gonna use. I'm not going to use today. Today is the day that I'm making this decision, because no decision is a decision. That keeps you going and going and going, and you find yourself down the road. And if you could have just, I mean, even if you didn't completely stop, you see, because this is what we know, right? Sometimes you say, I'm not going to stop, and we don't. But that don't mean that you stop thinking you're going to stop. Because you got to continuously program that brain. You got to program that brain. They put it out there before. They call it the law of attraction, right? What you think of the most is what is attracted to you. Well, think the most about not getting high. How about that? It's a good decision. It's a good decision. It'll change your life. Guarantee you. It'll change your life.
Judy says, many distractions have taken over the airwaves, yet the opioid addiction epidemic is unfortunately thriving, especially based on those dealing with unemployment, separated families and friends, etc.
My God. And not to mention, one of the reasons that I live in this town is because of the crime rate where I come from. Crime was just one of them big old things. And here it wasn't. But now when you got people who are still having to try to support their habits but don't have the same means like the jobs that they had or whatever, man, they got to go out and do something to get the money.
I love watching these live.
Hey, what's going on, Jaquavian? Hey, Judy, that's Juicy. Juicy's Jaquavian, also known as Juicy, is one of the kids that was in my program, Every Child's Voice, which was an after-school program that we had that was really awesome, and back then Judy was a part of that. But hey, what's up, Juice? I'm glad that you're doing good, man. You've always been good, though. You've been a good guy. That's what I've always loved about you. And yes, you can be. He asked, can he be the young person mascot spokesperson for the recovery room? Awesome. And the answer is yes. As a matter of fact, we're going to figure out how to get you to come over to the studio, Juice, and come and sit in and let's talk about what you see out there in your community, in your age group, as far as the drug situation and just in general, what's going on for you guys. Because, I mean, you're a young black man. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, I'd like to know what you're thinking and feeling, because you're an intelligent young black man. There's a lot of times, guys, I want to tell you something about this whole racial thing. There's a lot of us that are real knuckleheads. Okay, this is from the book of T-Bone, verse 1. chapter 1, verse 1. As a black man, a lot of times, man, we don't represent ourselves very well, and there are some people that do that. And so, it's just like every cop is not bad, every black person is not bad, but there are just a few bad apples out there that that just don't represent properly and give the race or whatever it is a bad name. You, Jaquavian, are not one of them, and the majority of people are not that. I mean, there's just so much going on in the policing system, the after policing system. I mean, if you ever get caught up in probation, it is a noose around your neck that is crazy. You know what I mean? And so we need to be trying to figure out a way, and that's what part of what I can't even give the name. Oh, you want to give a name? No. Part of what your program is about. We're going to be raising awareness and funds for people, because you get on probation and you get all them court costs. You get out of jail, you can't find a job, and you got all these court costs and probation and all of this kind of stuff. You got a noose around your neck. How are you going to thrive and survive? Well, certain people will, because that's what it is, but certain people are going to struggle like hell, and what they're going to do is find themselves right back using to try to numb their reality, numb the pain, or whatever it is, And so it's a horrible, horrible system, and I'm hoping that what we're seeing here is that it's got to change. It's just got to change. Listen, if Corona can let people out of jail, then just common sense could be able to do that too. There's some people that don't need to be locked up in the system, locked away from their family. The family's starving. They're being institutionalized. It's a vicious system. And is it racism? No, it's just crazy run stuff. It ain't. At this point, it's not racism. At this point, it is conformity. It is what we've been so used to. As conformists, people that are conformists, they get they get locked into a pattern, and that's it. You get up, you go down that same road every day and hit that same little bump in the road. You know what I mean?
And yet you do it again the next day.
Going, boom, hit that little bump in the road, you go and do your thing, you come home, if you're an angry person, you beat the wife and kids or whatever, or go to the bar and have a fight, or whatever the case might be, and that becomes the norm, and we accept that. But that can't be anymore. You got to now become an existentialist. You've got to now become a thinker. You got to now become an intellectual. You got a big old brain, and I don't care what level you're on, social, economic. The one thing you got that is a great equalizer is that absolutely beautiful mind of yours. Okay, got a message from the doc. All right, he just left. We'll go longer if we have to, because we've got to get him on today. Can you go longer, Donald?
Yes.
Oh, there are those lights I wanted to go off. Now they go off at
6:23.
Oh,
Okay.
he said he'd love to come to the studio, most definitely.
Okay, Jaquavian, you're going to do that. We'll talk after the show. So I think we're going to have an extended version of the show tonight, guys, because Dr. Hal is coming. He's on the way. He's been saving lives all day. And at least make an attempt. So you got people that talk a whole bunch of stuff but ain't doing a doggone thing but talking, running their doggone mouth. I'm gonna tell you, it's time to. I'm gonna steal a quote, because I think it's just really time to own your shit. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited about what she's doing. I'm stealing from just giving previews. Because it really is, man. It's time to stop looking outside and stop trying to figure all the stuff out outside of your life. It is time for you to get you together. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're an addict. I don't care if you're the Indian chief. There's some things you got to deal with. We got the choice between Trump and Biden. Ooh, wow.
That's some scary shit.
Ooh, wow. But those are not our real choices. Our real choices are between me and myself. You know, those are the real choices, because you can live. You've got to live in the bigger and broader world, however it is. So you can create your own little thing where you got your little aces, and you're making your life better, and you're making the lives better for the people around you. What else is there?
Seems pretty common sense. Seems pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, this is what's puzzling me.
I mean,
Well, what is it?
does there have to be much more to it?
Well, there is a lot to it, because people are conditioned, right?
Well, Glenn says the opposite of worry is trust.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Glenn. The absolute opposite of it is, and the absolute opposite of fear is faith. Somebody asked me today, well, what do you think about that? I said, well, from what I've seen about your situation, you have been blessed continuously, and I think that there are more blessings to come. And so look at it that way, and prepare yourself for that. Do what that acronym that we got, right? Ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be open. Well, if you somewhere hovering in the corner, some things could happen, but you're more apt to have something happen if you're out and you're reaching out and you're touching people and you're talking to people, and especially if you're doing good, because good is a boomerang, baby. Good will come back to you. I don't care how you slice. You can do some good for somebody and it seems like they screw you or whatever, but at the end of the day, something good is going to come back, because we live in that world. We live in a reap what you sow world.
Even for yourself, it doesn't even have to do with anybody else, but starting for yourself. Here we go.
He's got quotes. Hans got quotes.
Got quotes. Any jokes?
There will always be people in your life who treat you wrong. Be sure to thank them for making you strong. That's my boy Zig. There's Zig.
Boy.
I miss Zig. Anyway.
Judy says, how are addicts doing without in-person meetings? Must be a very hard adjustment if meetings are your lifeline.
Yeah.
I do believe, from what I'm seeing, Glenn would know. Glenn, aren't you going to 5 o'clock?
Outdoor meetings
they're having
or whatever.
Outdoor meetings.
Yeah, they're still having meetings, just not indoor, and maybe not in the same places that they were having it, but they're
having some
still,
sort of gatherings.
Yeah, they're still meeting, and obviously, like everything else, there are what do you call them? Conference meetings.
Yeah, but she's saying personal, in-person meetings.
Well, yeah. I notice what you're saying, but this is what is going on, and this is what you got to deal with. You see, this world, you got to adapt to what the world is handing you, right?
I think some of your smaller groups and your regulars are still getting together, and then you have your groups that are doing outside meetings. You got your peoples.
Yeah, and that's part of the deal. That's part of what's really happening. You got to go with what the flow is. I mean, a lot of these things that we had before the corona, they're not going to be happening anymore, folks. A lot of these jobs that went away, they're not coming back. So this is going to be a time of rearranging. This is going to be a time of using your brain and being a thinker. This is going to be a different time altogether.
Transition.
Yeah, this is the great awakening. We told you at the beginning of the year, this is 2020, the year of perfect vision. This is the year when you get to see clearly what's going on. Okay, the cameras are everywhere, as we can tell.
If you did it, we're gonna know.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna know.
Yeah, if you did it, somebody's gonna know about it these days.
The awakening is going mainstream. They can't stop it.
No, it can't be stopped. No, man. No, and you've got to look at the makeup of the awakenings. The makeup is really a group of millennials of all sexes and shapes and sizes and colors and religious persuasions and sexual persuasions and all that. It's Jesse Jackson's dream come true. The Rainbow Coalition has hit town, and that's the most exciting part about this whole thing. You know, it's that it is the people who are going to be responsible for taking care of me when I'm old. They're the right ones. I like them. Thank you guys for stepping up to the plate. Encourage me to live a little bit longer. Appreciate it. But anyway.
Judy says we all seem to be in a state of weird limbo.
Yeah. If Judy, that's what you choose. You know, because I've been saying all along during this whole last 2 or 3 months of this coronavirus, this is absolutely the time that you take and you pull that dust off that old dream you had that was in the closet. You know, this is the time that you pull it out and dust it off and be moving forward in that direction to the thing that you want, the way that you want to live your life, how you want to live. You can stay stagnant. You know, but that's not suggested mode. The mode should be moving forward. The mode should be finding what it is that you love to do. You got plenty of time now, have had plenty of time to find out what it is you really love to do and to do it. And so, yeah, it is a weird state of limbo in the outside world, but you have the opportunity in your inside world, what we'd like to call intellectual internal re-engineering. You have the opportunity to re-engineer all this stuff to be able to move on to another world. And I see it, and I got to tell you, I see it in myself. I live it, but when I see it in other people, it feels really good. It's confirmation that, you know, when you talk about the grass being greener on the other side, it is clearly that. I don't know if we talked about it, but my daughter just hit me and just wiped my brain out. You think how them kids can do that? She just hit me with a text and wiped my brain out. Anyway, today's topic was medically assisted treatment. It's what it is, and it is a real touchy topic because it falls in that category of harm prevention, I guess. And it is because it's only become popular in the last, like really popular. It's probably been going on for a while, but it's only become popular in the last like 3 years. And when they first started talking about it, I was like, oh, here you go. Now the drug companies have done it again. These are the smartest people on the planet. They created another drug to help with the other drug. And that's really what kind of it is. But, you know, the reality is that over the course of time, because I was not for it. I was a opponent.
You were not for it at all.
Not at all.
You were not at all.
Yeah, I was like really against it, actually.
Very against it.
You know, but you know, that was my opinion. You know what opinions are like. You know, the results are results. You know what I mean? And so, if in fact some people lived, they didn't die as a result of their addiction, and as a result of them being in this medically assisted treatment, if they lived, who am I to say? You know, and then having gone through it personally, I mean, I say if it works, see, everything don't work for everybody. You know, and that's the thing that we have to keep up front. The thing that we have to figure out as we're figuring stuff out. It's like, what works for me? You know, do I just need a little bit of love every now and then? Somebody just give me a little cuddle waddle, and you know, or do I need to be kicked? You know, do I need you know, do I need a swift kick in the butt? You know. What is it? How do I do my thing? Where do I find my passion? Where do I find my resolve? You know, and so that's where this is. So that's what you got to have. You've got to have a resolve. You've got to resolve to say, I am not doing that crap no more. I'm not doing this to myself anymore. You know, I mean, you remember back then when you was the mama's little do you do. You know, you wasn't supposed to grow up and ruin your life with substances and things. You know, even with any addiction, you weren't supposed to grow up and ruin your life with horrible relationships. You know, I mean, I know people that are addicted to horrible relationships bad. I was one of them. Anyway, just go back to your purest time that you can remember. What it is you wanted to be when you grew up, because now you're grown up. You know, now you could be what you want to be. Now you got the options to do it. You got the wherewithal to do it. I mean, you know, in this world that's full of things like 3D copiers, when you can make something on a copier that is like a piece of your dream. You know, you got computer apps and programs. You got YouTube. You got Google. You know, TikTok. Whatever that is. Just that's
Oh, what's that what we got?
yeah, just more ways to get information on us to see how we live.
How will we
know.
dance?
Yeah. Fortunately for me, you know, they'll look back and it'll chronicle what I'm saying to you. There was a time in my life when this person that I am right now is not who I was. You know, even as somebody said to me today, well, you know, they may need to check. Do they know your history? And I said, yes, but also that's exactly what it is, though. It's history, and so can it be for you. You don't have to be this person for the rest of your whole life. What you did in the past is not you. It's something that you did. That's what the young man who they just killed on at the Wendy's just said on a this really like ridiculously touching interview that they found of him at this reconnecting to the world after getting out of prison thing. You know what I mean? You made a mistake. You know, that shouldn't be held against you for the rest of your life. There should be some redemption. There should be some forgiveness. There should be some help. There should be some help. You know, you get out here, and like I said, the probation system, you running around and you got all these bills of fines to pay and probation fines, and you ain't even got a job. And then you have one run and you do something that's not even necessarily even a crime, and you violate your probation, and you're back in jail.
Or you're on curfew and trying to work hours and pay fines and...
You don't have a life. You don't have a life. And I don't think that we should punish people forever. Depending on the crime. I mean, if it's a violent, stupid crime, of course. But if somebody made a mistake on something, let's call it white collar, I guess we can call it.
It's a lesson, not a life sentence.
Yeah, exactly. So, can I get another quote? No, you know what I'd rather have? Could you put up? I was telling you guys about this job thing. Did you put that up already?
Yes, not yet.
This is the website for this company that I know is hiring 60 people, and they're hiring them almost immediately. And I think you go online to find out about it. And it is what is it? USAtoday.com.
Yes, it is.
There it is.
My US.
Your career starts here. MyUS.com. Unbox the possibilities. Yeah, go to MyUS.com, guys, and sign up. And I just talked to somebody today that already has an interview. So, from our home to your home.
Very nice.
Get a job. Get a job.
Get a job. I'll give you something to do.
I'm saying I need a Tic Tac.
Sorry.
It's a shameless commercial for Tic Tac. Ooh, that's good. It's like dinner.
I have cooked.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Really, it is. You know, and especially when it's plastered everywhere, where you can't get away from it. You know, it's a lot to deal with. But that's if you take it all on. I'm suggesting once again that you go internal right now. This is the best time that we've ever had in the world to go internal. You know, go in and clean out some of those cobwebs. We got this program, 2190. You explain it to them.
Well, with our 2190, and as I was just going to say right quick before we start explaining that, and actually what you told me to start doing today was start journaling. And actually what I found when I started my 30-day program, so in our 21 days, as you can start a habit.
Do anything. If you do anything for 21 days.
Do anything for 21 days, and you can start a habit. And if you do anything for 30, you can start a lifestyle. But in that 30, when I started my 30-day program at Centerstone, I did a whole lot of journaling, writing everything down, because I don't seem to, my memory shot out at the moment. It's coming back. But you mentioned journaling today, so it was just a thought as you were kind of coming around. You put something on paper, it kind of helps you work out maybe some anxiety. Just thoughts, pointers.
Well, you know, your brain is shot. You know, not talking about yours in particular.
Well, yeah. Well,
Dr.
no, that's
Dr.
what
Howell, when he gets here, he'll talk about that. I mean, the drugs, they do some things to your brain.
Well, so I'm just saying, it kind of help working, coming back around.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I want to see a whole bunch of you guys. I want you guys to join the Recovery Room family and be blasting out. You got how many days? You got 3 hours. I don't care if you got 3 hours, and you ain't had 3 hours in a long time. Blast it on there and let people know that you're headed in the right direction.
There you go.
You are valuable.
You are valuable because you exist, not because of what you do or what you have done, but simply because you are. You know, it's funny. We ride by the cemetery every day coming in here to the Onikos Farmers Market, and it just reminds me that one of these days I'm going to be there. You know, but before that, I'm going to have a good old time. Won't you join me?
Absolutely.
Won't you join me? Get out of the doldrums. Get out of whatever it is. You have this remarkable brain that can make it happen. Bill collector.
Yay.
You don't know I'm doing my show? Thought everybody knew. Anyway, you got this remarkable brain. This 6 inches between your ears is the most remarkable space on the planet. The most remarkable computer, whatever it is you want to call it. It is remarkable, and it is so underutilized that it's ridiculous. You know, it's time to start utilizing this thing, folks. It's time for us, just rejuvenate. Get happy with it. You know, I find myself sometimes just like overwhelmed with happiness. Not overwhelmed, just whelmed. It ain't even over because it ain't over. It's just whelmed. You know, you're just happy to be alive. You know, just happy to be able to look around and see stuff. Just happy to have a life. You know, just happy to do the things that I do. I love coming here and doing this show with you guys. I love looking up there at Don, like fighting the machine.
Literally.
You know, it's a beautiful thing because, again, like I said, you know, I started this little thing by myself and just talking every day, and now it's grown into a little crew and a little team and a little family, and good things are starting to happen more and more and more. And so, you know, you got to start somewhere. Imagine where you'd be 6 months from now if you started today. Because that's what you got to do. The future's not promised, but today you got it. Today you got it, man. You got it. It's yours. The world is yours today. Okay? Listen, I wore my, what do you call them? One of those guys, Ninja Warrior. I wore my Ninja Warrior shirt today just to...
Are you a Power Ranger?
That's who they were. Power Rangers. Oh, Ninja Warrior. Oh, no, those are turtles, right?
Ninja Turtles,
Oh,
Power
yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah. I got my Power Ranger shirt on. I'm gonna be a superhero today. I want to save a life. Wish it was yours. I'm hoping it's yours. I'm hoping that somehow you just happen to be streaming, surfing, or whatever it is, surfing the web, surfing Facebook and you ran across these heads talking and you stopped for a minute and you heard that we were talking about you like saving a life and like you not getting high anymore and you just needed that. You needed to hear somebody say that right at that time. Ain't that amazing how those things happen? Because it's like these defining moments in life when stuff just happens.
Judy said, I love how AV guy Don has a brand new purpose that he never expected. Heart.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Thank you. That's what he said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Praying for me.
Yeah. Pray for him. It ain't an easy
Prayers
gig.
up.
It ain't an easy gig. But it's damn well worth it though. It is damn well worth it, and we're moving into some new areas. I posted again. If you guys are Facebook friends of mine, I posted my 3-song EP again, and if you got it, just go ahead and buy all 3 of the songs and add some money to that account. Because what we're going to do with that money is the same thing we're going to do with the money she's getting ready to start raising. We're trying to raise some money, and that thing says to build the Anne Marie Kelly recovery village, but we right now we've shifted our focus because of the corona to trying to get some funds for these people who need to get into sober living facilities. You know, the average monthly fee is about $600, you know, and so we need to try to figure out how to raise some money for that person that is so necessarily deserving of an opportunity, but they can't afford it. That's the saddest statement that can be made in a country like America.
The ones that now are like ready to make the decision, that need to, get off the street, and that are ready to check in now and committed to make the change.
But then end up slipping as a result of just not being able to, that moment being able to get in there, and that's sad, you know.
They just need the opportunity.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing that. So anyway, go on there and then check out our site. I mean, we got a tboneroads.com. If you haven't been on there, do me a favor and go in and peruse and see what's happening. And, buy the songs. Let's raise some money. Let's help some people. You know, so get somebody their first 30 days of off the street in a situation where they are surrounded by peers and people that are supportive. They have to do certain things because you in your course of your addiction, you've gotten out of normal life, having to have responsibilities and all that kind of stuff. And in these sober living facilities, that's where it happens. And I got a couple of great friends of mine that run a couple of them.
I'm gonna put together like a program overview this weekend, and Judy said, "Perfume is such a lovely song." It is.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's a song that was inside of me for a while, and it's almost like addiction too. It's like that addiction was inside me so long, and then when it finally came out, oh man, it was great. And that's how that song was. It was in my head, and I finally got a chance to record it, and it was like cathartic. It was relief. And so there's something again for you guys there. Don't go to the grave with your greatness still buried inside of you. You know, let the world have it, man. Hit them with it. You know, give it your best shot, man. Let the people know that you're here. Proclaim your passion. Proclaim your rightful place on this earth. You know, because you're only here for a little time, guys. So we're here. Let's make the absolute best of it, please. That's my hope. That's my wish for you. All this stuff that's going down with the George Floyd and this Rashad and the Corona and just all this stuff that's going on. It is just designed to show you, that we need more love in this world. If nobody's told you they love you today, we love you. We love you. And with that agape kind of love, it's not some mushy old kind of fragile thing,
Mm-hmm.
It is love.
It's a true, heart, been there, understanding, forever, deep love.
Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I'm working on this.
Give us a little laid back today, huh? We are.
We are.
Trying to find this quote for you. I had it, but I lost it.
What
You got a quote?
Don?
Put a quote up.
Okay.
Come on, Don.
Fine.
You're gonna be our third crew today.
Yeah, save us.
Well, I'm saving you. Huh? Okay.
Well, if my computer wasn't frozen.
Here we are.
Here
There's
we
our
go.
quote.
There we go. You are valuable.
No, we did that one already, I think.
Oh,
You are.
yeah.
Well, let's read it again because it's up there. You are valued because you exist, not because of what you do or what you have done, but simply because you are, and that is absolute truth. Let me go back here.
We haven't done that.
We hadn't done that one.
No.
It was just like it.
We had a similar metaphor.
Yeah, I've got to find this because I had it and it was my favorite quote. Love never fails. Love never fails. This is true.
My battery failed.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
See? What
I
the?
don't know.
Here we go. Here we go. 40 popular verses about love, inspiring scriptures. Commandment, love one another. Okay. Anyway, neither here nor there. Oh, shoot. Don't we have some sponsors? Got some sponsors that we should recognize.
Okay.
Probably about that time.
Good luck with this one, I guess. I don't know who this is. Let's see what happens.
One of those days, guys. It's like
AT, maybe add that song.
Spice up your next event with the Hammock Haven Experience. To find out more, go to thehammockhaven.com or call 941-201-5226. The Hammock Haven. Chillax a minute.
421 Sweet Treats is Anna Maria Island's sweetest little five-star cafe, located at 5337 Gulf Drive on beautiful Holmes Beach. For reservations, please call 941-281-2335. Life is sweet and full of treats.
POWarriors.com, the website that's dedicated to connecting our armed forces and first responders to businesses that appreciate their valor. For more information, go to POWarriors.com or call 336-501-0017. PO Warriors, protecting our warriors that protect us.
Hi. Hi, we're here at the beautiful Onico Farmers Market. We have movies here. We have a drive-in here at the Onico's Farmers Market. Last night, Wednesday night, they played what? Mr. Bean,
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds.
Yes.
And I think Saturday they're doing what?
Season 2.
Season 2, Saturday. So 5108 15th Street East. If you want to do something cool, get out of the house, come over there to the Onico's Farmers Market. There's an outside. We've set up a drive-in theater, which is really, really cool, and you're doing social distancing and all that, and you get to hang out and watch a movie. It's really cool.
And it's free.
And it's that part. It's
part.
free. You know what they say, right? If it's free, it's me.
Get out the house.
Okay, so here it goes, guys. It says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always persevere. Love never fails.
This is true.
And that one's been passed down through the ages, and that's just one of the ones that's true. You'll find that, you know, as you go along in life, the more love you give, the more love you get, and that's just the way it is. Really, so we got a special, again, extended edition of the recovery
I
room.
don't know that. We may have to reschedule.
Because
Because he's not here and there's less than 5 minutes left. I mean,
what, does the system go down or something?
I got one camera down and the thing is really kind of defeat its purpose if he doesn't get enough time to
Well,
be
we're
able
gonna-
to do something.
Well, we'll give him 20 minutes. He's on the way. I don't want to have him drive all the way up here and not do anything.
So
So
you're
we
saying
got
you'll
one
go till like
camera.
7:30?
Yeah, if we can. If, you know, God willing, the creek don't rise. Don't want to lose his support, obviously. You should be pulling up right about now. Watch.
But in the meantime, this is who we're talking about.
Yeah. You guys saw him last Thursday. It was a wealth of information. And that information there is, if you need to reach out to him at any point, you can always go ahead and do what, like, I don't know, if you're on your phone, do a screenshot of that or something, or just write down the doggone information. It could save a life.
It's posted on the page. He has a great staff, and the office is very quick. It's convenient, and it's the treatment is wonderful.
And he looks really pink on that photo.
I didn't do it.
You know, nobody does.
Oh, that was just happened. That just happened that way.
Yeah, inferior equipment.
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff.
Oh, we love that stuff. All
It's
right,
good
so,
stuff.
No, you gotta have it, kind of stuff. All right, give me another quote, and I think we should kind of just hold on, and let's get him here.
Okay, I couldn't read this one,
I like what I went through happened, who I was existed. I needed my past and I needed my mistakes to get me where I am now. I didn't really need them.
Yeah, but I
But-
got him. You know,
What
part
was, what was.
There's a part of my real, true existence.
And efforts are better than promises.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh.
That's telling the truth.
Recovery is not the easier, softer way, but it is the way to sobriety and serenity.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
That's a
take
good
it.
one. That's a good one.
I'll take
I
it.
can read this one.
Oh, yeah. It says Jacob was a cheater, Peter had a temper, David had an affair, Noah was a drunk, Jonah ran from God, Paul was a murderer, Gideon was insecure, Miriam was a gossip, Martha was a worrier, Thomas was a doubter, Sarah was impatient, Elijah was moody, Mary Magdalene was a hooker. I didn't know that. Anyway, Moses stuttered. What's that guy's name?
Zacharias?
Yeah, which he was short. No, that's pretty funny. Abraham was old, way old. He was old. Lazarus was dead. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the call. And that's very, repeat that after me. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the call. Repost if you know. Oh, that's one of those repost things. Okay. Yeah, because the whole point of that whole thing is that you don't have to be perfect to make it in the book. You know, you can somehow find yourself miraculously changing lives, and you didn't even know it. See, because that's the thing, we don't know
What we don't know.
what we don't know.
No,
we
we
don't
don't.
know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now or 10 minutes from now. We just don't know. And so You know, I'm just here to tell you that it does get better.
Does he know how to get in from back here?
Yeah, remember he was just here last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be all right. We'll give him 15 minutes, whatever. We'll put the camera on him and let him talk.
Get one to work.
Yeah, well, that was working fine. I look okay.
Ooh.
So, someone's beeping.
The hardest thing in life to learn is which bridge to cross and which to burn.
Woo. Yeah, and that's true. It's just like that other one of those. Remember that picture of the two guys that were in the prison cell and they were doing a painting, and the one guy, and you're looking out bars at a forest, and the one guy painted the bars in, and the other guy didn't. And the other thing is to know what to ignore. You know, that's one of the key things in this life is knowing what to ignore. So, one of the things you got to ignore is those old people, places, and things.
I was gonna say, I changed a lot, and then I say a lot changed me. Perception is key. How are you looking at it?
Yeah.
How do you look at things?
Yeah. How do you see it? Is what's important. You know, it don't matter what anybody else says. What other people think about you is really none of your business. So, I don't know. Let me bring up some more quotes and let me see if I can text him to see. Maybe he's driving. I shouldn't. Just let him ride.
I'm sure his car talks to him.
He's coming from Gulfgate.
Gulfgate. Oh.
Yeah, so I would imagine that's about 30 minutes, and he texted me at 6:25, and we're gonna get this together. Maybe we'll have him come on a different day. I don't know if Thursday ends up being this bad.
Well, he sees patients on Wednesdays and Thursdays, so having him come on Thursdays is pretty stupid.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the only time you saw patients. Oh, you learn something new every day.
If you listen to me, you know.
Stick around and yeah. So Tuesday we could do. No, he does patients.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, yeah. So we can do Tuesday. We're gonna switch it up and do Tuesdays. Dr. Howe will be here on Tuesdays. Now
Possibly.
on, unless he's got some other stuff going on. I wish he would have told me that. I wouldn't even have stressed him to work all day and come here for that. Well, he did tell me that he was working until probably he could be here like 6:30 as opposed to 6.
Judy asked, is Dr. Howell affiliated with Centerstone Recovery? Judy, to my knowledge, no. He's completely private.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He's almost like one of those jewels that you find.
Yes.
You know?
No, I searched very hard to find him, to not be in a type of kind of funded government like Centerstone or Sally type environment. So no, he's not affiliated with them.
Yeah. And you know, and like everything else, you know, we got to do something about our health care because, you know, there's a lot of people that end up out there and stay out there because they don't have insurance when they're ready to go and get treatment, or when they're ready to go to see somebody like Dr. Howe. They you know, can't afford it. You know, so yeah. So we gotta do some stuff. We gotta work together to make some things happen. You know, for some people that really need it. There's some really everybody for that matter. But there's some really deserving people. There's some people that are ready. You know, and it'd be so great to help the people that are ready. You know, to get them the resources and things that they need. You know, so. Okay. Hey Siri, call Dr. Howe.
Calling Dr. Howe.
She's probably pulling up.
We have
Traffic
to
is
hear
back to
down.
nope, you know, and traffic. We're post-corona traffic again.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
You know.
that's crap. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Oh yeah, there was that period there that the traffic was just like, you know, I'd ride the motorcycle and I'd just like be able to cruise nonstop, not avoiding traffic or anything like that.
Oh, it felt safe as could be out there.
It was nice. You didn't answer because he's pulling up, I bet you. Can you hear me now?
Yes. In case you want to talk, you want to talk on the phone.
Yeah. Speaking to the microphone. So you know our motto, right? If it is to be, it's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. If you're ever going to beat this thing, you're going to have to make that decision to do it. And I encourage you to do it. I know you can do it, you know. And I encourage you to, if you feel, to just keep trying. Nothing beats a failure, but a try.
And sometimes you have to reevaluate your try or your
efforts.
Your efforts,
Yeah.
or even your reasoning, your whys, your purpose. You think you have a reason or direction, and then maybe you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. And until you're doing it for yourself, like you talk about self-care and
Is he not answering?
He didn't answer right away, and I didn't want to keep it ringing. Maybe he doesn't like to answer the phone when he's driving, whatever. Who knows?
But if it was you that was calling, kind of
It would be important.
it'd be important.
Yeah. Well,
ladies and gentlemen,
this is one of those what do you call it? TV moments.
so Judy says, please keep those mothers, fathers, siblings, friends, family members in your daily prayers that have lost someone in addiction and overdose. Most definitely. We also have Overdose Awareness Month coming up
Yeah.
very soon. I have it posted on the page. Remember when it is.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be a good day.
But his number again will be
Yeah, if you need to reach out to Dr. Hal, here's his information. This is where his office is. That's his phone number, and there is an email address. Okay, awesome.
the lower SRQ.
SRQ. That's where we are. Beautiful Sarasota, Florida.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, wrap it up, and if we can crank it back up in a minute, so be it. If not, we'll reschedule for Tuesday. What is today?
It's
Today's
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. Man, the days just tend to run all together.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Well, guys, it's enjoyed spending the time with you as usual.
As always.
We will see you on
Monday.
Tuesday. On Monday.
See you Monday.
We'll see you Monday, and then hopefully we see you with Dr. Hal on Tuesday. It is the recovery room. You know, it is not your aptitude. It's not how smart you are that determines your altitude. It is your attitude. Your attitude. Attitude of kindness.
You sailed away and left me with nothing to say.